Hello and welcome to this beginner's guide series to graphic design. From what graphic design is, skills to be a graphic designer, design theory, education you need, equipment you need, to the graphic design portfolio and interview advice. This series is for anyone at any level, so if you're interested in graphic design and considering becoming a graphic designer, then join me as I discuss a series of graphic design topics. Now, in my experience, I have created work across many forms of media, from print to digital. Being a freelancer, I go into a lot of design agencies during the course of a year, and I'm expected to be efficient in various software to deliver work to deadline. As a graphic designer, depending on what job you're doing, you will have to use particular design software. In this video, I'm going to discuss the creative software tools you will need as a graphic designer, and which software you might use for which design scenario. So as a graphic designer, the main software you will find yourself using is Adobe InDesign, Adobe Photoshop, and Adobe Illustrator. As you broaden your skill set, you may find yourself using Adobe After Effects or Adobe Muse. As a graphic designer, you will find yourself using a combination of the big three: Adobe InDesign, Adobe Photoshop, and Adobe Illustrator. Each one of these programs has been designed for a particular design task, and each has their particular tools. Depending on the complexity of your design task, you may have to use a specific tool in a particular program, or use a combination of programs and tools to develop your end result. So now I'm going to talk a little about Adobe InDesign, Photoshop, and Illustrator. Adobe InDesign. Adobe InDesign is the most powerful desktop publishing program and has become the industry standard, specializing in design for layout. InDesign provides the ability to create and manage multi-page documents with ease. InDesign provides powerful tools to work with grids and typography, while offering maximum creative freedom to create dynamic layouts for both print and digital media. InDesign works by placing external links, both raster and vector, into compositions. These links are images or files otherwise prepared in Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator. Compositions are exported out as single portable documents, which are distributed and can be viewed online or sent to be printed. The type of work you'd expect to do in InDesign is multi-page leaflets and flyers, posters, books, magazines, print banners, brochures, business cards, presentations for print or digital, interactive PDFs, typesetting, and bespoke prints. InDesign is one of the key programs any designer should have in their toolkit. If you're new to InDesign and wish to learn how to use the software, I have a 13-episode beginner's guide course on my channel. If you'd like to find out more, the link is in the description and in the PDF document that accompanies this series. Link is in the description. Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop specializes in working with raster images and creating raster graphics using layers and applying effects with filters. Put simply, a raster image is made with many little square pixels. Together, these pixels build a picture, which we see in Photoshop. If you're new to the subject of raster images, I have another video dedicated to raster image principles. You can find the link in the description if you wish to find out more. Adobe Photoshop was created specifically for image enhancement and the modification of pixels that make up an image. However, since Photoshop's release, it has been adding more and more tools that has broadened the type of work you can do. In Photoshop, you will be working with images, creating initial layouts, and generally creating assets to be used in other programs such as InDesign or Illustrator. The type of work you'd expect to do in Photoshop is image retouching, modification and enhancements, digital art and image effects, web design layouts and image preparation, web banners and animated GIFs, posters, simple print layouts, and social media. If you're new to Photoshop and wish to learn how to use the software, I have a 33-episode beginner's guide course on my channel. If you'd like to find out more, the link is in the description and in the PDF document that accompanies this series. Link is in the description. Adobe Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator offers specialized creative tools for creating and modifying vector graphics and working with color. In recent years, Illustrator has introduced tools that make it behave like a desktop publishing program though has limitations when compared to InDesign. Adobe Illustrator was designed to create and modify vector graphics, which are very different to raster images. Raster images are limited to the quality of their resolution and DPI. Instead of being made of square pixels, vectors are made with anchor points, which are joined with paths to form curves, lines, and points. Vector shapes are mathematical expressions represented visually. This means that vectors can be scaled up to any size and will not lose any superficial quality. Once created, a variety of colour and stroke effects can be applied. If you're interested to learn more about vector basics, I have a video that explains and demonstrates this in detail. Link is in the description. So the type of work you would expect to do in Illustrator is logo design, iconography, design for t-shirts and clothing, creating typefaces, creating simple leaflets, flyers, business cards and posters, presentations for print or digital, infographics, and blueprints and plans. If you're new to Illustrator and wish to learn how to use the software, I have a 19-episode beginner's guide course on my channel. If you'd like to find out more, the link is in the description and in the PDF document that accompanies this series. So those are the 3 main programs any designer will need. Now, I am of the opinion that none of these programs are better than the other. Each has been designed and developed with a specific task in mind. They are simply different tools in the toolbox that can be used to tackle a particular creative task. Used together in the right way, there is nothing you can't create. Now, as you broaden your skill set, there are other programs that you may want to explore. For example, Adobe After Effects or Adobe Muse. If you start to work with video or motion graphics, After Effects offers specialized creative tools to create motion graphics. As a graphic designer myself, I don't find myself using the advanced tools of this program, only the basics. For me, I find this program is great to enhance my video presentations. For me, I find it great for animated type, color correcting footage, video presentations, video effects and transitions, and simple animations. So the last program I'm going to talk about here is Adobe Muse. In recent years, Adobe Muse has emerged as a contender to the web design scene. For designers, this is the dream web design product and puts the power in the designer's hands. Muse empowers designers to create custom online experiences for desktop, tablet, or mobile without having to edit any code. Muse is much like Adobe InDesign in the way you can create a layout and import external files, which have been prepared using Photoshop or Illustrator. You can then export your web design directly to your FTP server. Adobe Muse works by exporting your web layout into HTML5 and JavaScript. Muse offers some great features like publishing websites with a range of typefaces, parallax scrolling effects, social widgets, and the ability to embed HTML. If you're interested in web design, I could not recommend this program enough. So those are the programs you will need in order to bring your design to life. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button on my Facebook page. If you'd like to see more videos like this in future, hit the subscribe button. And you can also follow me on Twitter @Tastytudes. Now, in the graphic design industry, one of the most important things you will need is a good portfolio. More often than not, this will be your ticket to getting future work. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the graphic design portfolio and discuss some of the things you can keep in mind to aid you in creating a solid portfolio. So see you in the next video.